Evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. While Papa Boris is back for some more Hearthstone arena action, it's time to play as a Druid, I think. We've had some really depressing runs recently. I mean, they were successful, technically. I've not been extra successful. I've been getting to 6, but not to 7. And I also had some 5s in here. Really, I won't spoil which one it was, but there was a really painful run recently where I had like an amazing deck and only made it to 5 wins due to stupid crap. It happens. So here, I think I'm going to just take the most consistent card with this, which is this Ancient. I just despise the Mountain Giant. I really despise this card. I hate how when you have it in your hand, it discourages you from playing cards. Because you cannot, you're like forced to keep cards in your hand just so you can play it the following turn. It's so obnoxious. And the Faceless Manipulator is a card I will play, but it is very tricky. There are times where you just can't get anything good out of it. This is just something I know I can rely on. Molten Giant's also a card I don't like, but I think it's better than the other two, so we'll take it. It might not be playable for a while, but it's just better than the other two cards, so I'm going to grab it. I'd much rather that were a Sea Giant. Here, the only good card is the Crusader, so let's just grab that without any further thought. And Mediocre Taunt versus a Quasi-Bloodlust versus a Weapon Out. We'll take the Weapon Out and the 2-drop. Seems good. These are both very good. I'll take the Druid of the Claw. I think it's a little bit better overall. The Dark Iron Dwarf's a buff, but this is droppable onto an empty board, and I'm beginning to appreciate more and more the value of cards that you can just be counted on to play. Innervate is a card I will take. We've recently saw a Druid beat me with a turn 1 Innervate Coin Chillwind Yeti. However, I'm not going to take it over a removal spell. Okay, here we'll take Taunt. That is a valuable thing to have in your life. Here we'll take the Innervate over the garbage nut trash. Wild Growth is good, but I think Boulder Fist Ogre is better. So we'll take the Boulder Fist Ogre just for some of that endgame goodness. And a very tough pick here. Twilight Drake, Keeper, or the Nourish, these are all playable cards. I would say these two creatures are better than the Nourish. Keeper of the Grove I'll take for some removal and possible silence, but it's with a heavy heart that I pass on a Twilight Drake. Okay. I just hate that card. I'm just going to say it. I know silence is good, but I think silence is actually kind of overrated. So, especially with this body sucking. I just hate how this card is dead in your hand most of the time when you draw it. We'll take this. It's a 2-drop. It's a late game buffer. It's probably better than this Moonfire removal spell. Okay, Frostwolf Grunt is a card that I respect more than most people, but Mark of Nature has been very, very good for me. So let's make sure we get one of those in our deck. Here, Windfury Harpy is definitely good for some endgame, but I'd like to actually have a Flesh-Eating Ghoul. It's a very, very strong card. And as a Druid, I'm not that pressed to take these 6-drops because I know that endgame is going to be coming. Okay, I can take Wolf Rider as quasi-removal or engineer for some card draw. Since I passed on the Nourish, some card draw would be nice. I do have a Wrath here for some removal, and the Keeper. So, more removal would definitely be nice in the form of this Wolf Rider, but let's take this for early plays and card draw. Okay. Life Gain's nice, another Scarlet Crusader is nice, but this is the best 2-drop in the game, so we'll just take it there. Wild Growth, do I pass on another one? Yeah, I think so. I think the Claw is removal, and it's pretty good. Okay, Swipe is a card you really can't pass when you play Druid. Oh boy, I could take a generic 2-drop or a decent 5-drop. We'll take the Burabashi here, I think. Oh boy, I just don't respect either of these cards very much, so we'll take the Starfire for some card advantage and removal. Here, the Defender is the slam dunk, I think. I've actually made this decision before, Defender versus Keeper, and I do not regret it for a single second. It's got Buff, which I'm lacking. It's got Taunt, which I'm lacking. I think it's just, even though class-specific cards are usually better than neutral cards, I just think the Defender is a straight-up better card than the Keeper in most circumstances. Soul of the Forest. It's a card people keep wanting me to play, but I'm not going to take one over a Boulder Fist Ogre. More endgame is really good. And Argent Commander is fantastic. So do I take an Ironbark Protector? That's starting to get a bit greedy. Got a lot of expensive stuff here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish cards that are 6 or more. This stuff's alright, but we'll take the Ironbark, so we're just going to go for the endgame here. Okay, another Innervate or another Flesh-Eating Ghoul? Naturalize, I'm not going to take over these quality cards. Well, the problem with Innervate, as I've talked about before, is that if you draw them in the endgame, it's a dead card, and having more than one doubles the odds of that happening. I really like to just play with one Innervate if I can help it, so we'll take a 3-drop here for some more early plays. This might not actually be bad. I mean, this guy's removal, but it's not till turn 5, so if you're being overrun, this is too little too late. This guy can really hold the fort. I'm going to grab him just in case of some rush decks, and we'll take a Claw for a similar reason. It's nice to have that insurance against early swarms. Do I take this Mediocre Taunter for some more insurance against early swarms, or do I take the Argent Squire? Let's take the Argent Squire. I really like having decks with like this kind of curve with a lot of early stuff and a lot of late game. Sure, in the mid game you might be pressed for plays, but I think it's nice to slow things down so that your end game can come online. Okay, I think this would be one Boulder Fist Ogre too many. This card is just unplayable, so Moonfire, here I come. Ah, Chilling Yeti is pretty much exactly what this deck needs. It doesn't have any good 4-drops at the moment. And Mana Wraith is really tempting. Sunfury Protector, I've seen it be good. I've never seen it blow me away with its impressiveness. Bite is life gain and removal, which is kind of nice, although you kind of immediately spend some of that life back, I suppose. But the Mana Wraith is an interesting consideration to slow down my opponents so I can get my endgame to come online. Let's take a look at how much removal we really have. We got 1 Moonfire, 2 Claws, it's 3. Wrath is 4. Got Swipe here for 5. And then a Keeper of the Grove for 6. Starfire is expensive, so let's not count it just yet. So we have 6. And then 7, 8 if you count the Starfire and the Commander. That's actually a fair amount of removal. I'm not sure I need this 4 damage for 4 mana thing, which isn't, the greatest. You're paying a lot of mana for life gain on this Bite. We'll take the Mana Wraith, I think. For more early plays, slowdowns fast decks, and then also, it kind of, the Mana Wraith slows things down in 2 ways. Number 1, it potentially may slow down your opponent from playing creatures, but number 2, it also may just trade against an early 3-2 or a 2-1 and kind of keep you up. So I'm a Druid. With my hero ability, I can pick some stuff off. That should slow down fast decks, and then the plan with this deck is just to try to go to the end game and play big creatures till we win. What's unfortunate is that mages and priests, 2 of the most popular classes, are actually really good at dealing with big stuff. I'm going to send this back too, actually. It is a 3-drop, but it's a very unimpressive one because the Paladin 1/1s can just pop the Divine Shield and kill this. Although, you know what? If I don't take another 3-drop, I think I need to keep this around. I just can't risk. Yeah, this would be bad if I had mulliganed this into a Boulder Fist Ogre or something. I would have nothing to do. Okay, well, we got our endgame all squared away here. The Molten Giant's obviously not playable at the moment. Ooze. Well, I'm not gonna play it. I can't play an Ooze. We'll just use the Scarlet Crusader for now. I can't play this Ooze. True Silver Champion is a common card. Most Paladins will see it at some point in their draft, and when they do see it, they will take it. People just are not going to pass on a True Silver Champion. So honestly, this deck is a favorable matchup against Paladins, because Paladins are very bad at dealing with big creatures, and that's sort of the name of the game for this particular deck. Okay, now what's nice about the Scarlet Crusader is that if he plays a Recruit hoping to kill the Scarlet Crusader off, I can actually put Mark of Nature on this thing, give it +4 health and taunt. Alright, now this is another clever way of trying to kill off my Scarlet Crusader. However, let me actually think about this. This Claw might change my mind about what I do. Because I could Claw and kill off the Fairy Dragon with that. Unfortunately, then, I can't quite kill the Imp Master, can I? If I play the Mark of Nature, I can't use Hero ability. Yeah, I think it just makes more sense to use this. Do I want to hit this thing? Just to reduce how many imps it produces? Feels lame popping my Divine Shield like that, but I guess I might as well use the Claw. So I'm going to do this. Claw up. Kill the Fairy Dragon. It's one of the few ways you can kill a Fairy Dragon with a removal spell and pass the turn. So a Blessing of Kings is what my Paladin friend wants here. Blessing of Kings or True Silver Champion. It would let him trade off this Imp and then kill off the Scarlet Crusader, essentially. 5 mana. What would he have for 5 mana? Just Defend Creeper. So he's just going to taunt it up. Okay, fair enough. So he's got 2 little 1/1s and a 3/6 preventing me from killing those 1/1s. That's actually very good for him here, I would say. Okay, well, what we'll do is we'll do this and think, do I want to run into that? Not really, then these 2 imps can finish it off. So if he wants to do that, he can do that, I suppose. Although it would be nice to damage this. So let's say he does have a Blessing of Kings and just kills this off. But no, if he had a Blessing of Kings or a True Silver Champion, he would have killed this last turn. I don't think he has the answer for this thing. But if he has like a Dark Iron Dwarf or something, let's say, he wouldn't have used it last turn, but he can use it this turn and it would kill this thing. Yeah, I think I need to hit this. I think I'm going to play around the Dark Iron Dwarf potential. Because now Dark Iron Dwarf would let him kill this, but this thing would just die. I mean, he doesn't even need the Dark Iron Dwarf to do the trade. Magical Mercenary. Oh boy, I want my own Dark Iron Dwarf now. Damn. Okay, well, I'm hanging in there. This is not over yet by any stretch of the imagination, because now I get to kill that and play a Boulder Fist Ogre. He can swing at me down to 17, but I'd say that I'd be in pretty good shape then. Probably a better move for him is to trade, yep. And then be able to play creatures. Hello? Oh, hey, he says something. I think that's different. He says hello, brother, there. Because I think I'm a druid. Okay, I can kill this one with two ways. I can hero ability plus the Chillwind Yeti. That would also let me play the Monty Berserker and potentially waste the ooze. Or I could use the Divine Shield plus the Chillwind Yeti, preserve some life, and keep the ooze in my back pocket. We'll do this. I could, of course, smack into this thing so that my Molten Giant's playable, but I've got other things to do. I don't need to make that Molten Giant playable anytime soon. I mean, this is a pretty good card. I don't think I want the life gain. I think I want the cards off of it. Knife Juggler is very good here. It trades against the Argent Commander. Oh, he's got another one of these things. Jesus. Balls. Well, okay. I don't think I can really dick around much. We're gonna have to do this. And we'll just play another card, I think. Well, is it worth it? He can just kill it off with his Ventrico Mercenary. And then also kill off the Ogre later. Yeah, we'll hero up. And swing by. I don't want to hit this thing just to make the Molten Giant playable. That would be dumb. You don't want to do stuff like that. If he wants to hit this, he can hit this. I'm not going to do that for him. And then the Ancient of Lore might end up needing to be used for life gain. So this has been a wet and wild game. He's a card ahead of me, but I'm about to draw up to be equal. Okay, he's got that for me. He's got that. He's putting on some pretty good board pressure at the moment. This stuff is really bad, unfortunately. Oh, God. Well, let's play this and draw two cards. I think I need the cards here. Starfire would have been good. Ah, Shield Bearer. Well, it's actually terrible here. It just dies for absolutely nothing. So we're just going to hero up for a point of health and then pass the turn. So the Booty Bay is very good here. It trades against my 5/5, which is very sad. But next turn I can Starfire something for some more card advantage and then also play a creature. Ooh, he's going to swing for me and play Sword of Justice. Uh-oh, this is starting to get a little ugly. Starting to get a little bit... Oh, that's actually a really good card here. Definitely starting to get a little bit ugly. Keeper of the Grove. Okay, where do I want to use that Keeper? Nowhere, because this thing can't die to it. Ugh. Well, shit. Well, it's okay. Let's Starfire that. I think that's a pretty fair move. Clock doesn't quite do it. Man. If I silence this, it becomes a 3/3, which isn't really even good enough. Man, this just sucks. Okay, let's kill the ooze. Actually, let's kill this. This thing can still get healed. I think we need to kill that thing. This taunt just dies. It just basically buys me health, and that's it. Claw plus hero ability lets me kill... Claw plus hero ability lets me kill one more creature of his. I think we'll do that. So I'll play Claw plus hero ability to kill that off. We'll play this guy as a 1-mana heal 4, basically. Gotta be a little bit careful with my life at this point. So with luck, I might be able to get some value out of this guy killing off one more creature. I just can't kill this, of course, because of the Divine Shield. I really need to silence this up or pop the Divine Shield with my Keeper. Okay, luckily he doesn't have a way to burst through that. He's actually gonna hit me with the weapon, which is actually very smart. Very smart indeed. Guardian of Kings to heal some life, also very fair. It's a 6/7, that's a little scary, and it's just got a 2/2. He's starting to just overrun me with creatures. That Sword of Justice was insanely good, but the good news is that I've got lots of cards, so if I can hang on and clear off his board, I'll be okay. The problem is I might just die before that happens. Shit. Okay, I have to do this. I think I'm gonna silence this thing. That allows me to wrath it and kill it off. And then I can't afford to wait any longer. I just need to drop stuff onto the board. This 7 health is a lot to chew through, but my hope is I can live long enough to play the Molten Giant. I might be able to play this thing for free, but if he puts enough pressure on me, this will be an irrelevant last turn Molten Giant. No! He has it on just after I play the ooze. Shit! Well, I had to play it. I don't think I could have afforded any waiting on that ooze. Man, if this is how this deck performs against my best matchup, that's actually really sad. Smart move killing my Berserker before it could enrage, and this Mana Wraith is just too little too late. Well, we have to play everything out, I think. Unless I want to use hero ability to kill that. Well, we'll do this. We'll do this. And yeah, I need to put creatures on. I don't think I can wait anymore. Okay, well, I've got an 8-8 here. He's got 2 cards, though. I just needed him to have a few less cards. I wasn't quite able to get enough card advantage. This weapon was extremely clutch for him. So what does he have to deal with my giant? He needs a humility effect. Looks like he's going for the throat. Decision for which I can't blame him, because I am very close to death. Power of the Wild. Ah, that's not really helpful. Nope. So I have to obviously kill that. I think I could make these guys +1/+1. Would make it a little bit harder for him to kill off this Molten Giant, but then again, so would having a Panther on the board.
For the wild.
Let's kill this. Let's kill this. And I'm gonna make the Panther. Well, no. I think I need to... I don't know. I'm not sure what was right there. So, yeah, he's got 3 damage. That puts me down to 4. Another True Silver Champion would win the game, as would an Argent Commander and a bevy of other things. Stormpike Commando is a good answer. And that is actually going to win him the game. That sucked. It actually really sucked. That was probably my best matchup, and he pretty much overran me. And I don't think his deck was even that good, so I'm a little bit concerned. My deck evaluation skills... Oh man, I've known that that's a bit of a weakness of mine, is not evaluating my decks correctly sometimes. I did have a recent arena where I thought my deck was awesome, and it ended up just getting to 5 wins, and that sucked. And here I think my deck is also really good, and that was a really crushing loss. He didn't have a very good deck, I don't think. He'd never humiliated me or anything. He didn't play any particularly good cards. Didn't even play a Consecration or a Hammer of Wrath. Just 1 True Silver Champion, and he beat me. That's a bit sad. So yeah, I'm definitely concerned about the future of this deck. Set You on Fire is a very appropriate mage name. I don't think this deck's going very far. I'd be amazed if I got up to 4 at this point. I'd be amazed if I got up to 3, considering I'm up against a mage. And I lost my first game. I would not bet on this deck getting above 3 wins, sadly, at this stage. Well, we'll see what we can do. I might coin out a Mana Wraith if she has no turn 1 play, just to slow her down. Although, I don't know if that's even really going to save me much. Alright, nothing on turn 1 for her. Yeah, we'll do this. Let's slow her down.
My greetings.
I won't have a turn 2 play either. Except for the hero ability. But if she spends turn 2 and turn 3 killing this... she's going to Frostbolt it, so she evidently wants to play things. Well, that's fine. We will happily play a Novice Engineer. And then you know what won it for that Paladin? It was the Sword of Justice. That was what won it. I mean, fair on him to draft it and to play it, but I think without that I might have hung on. It's just that buff on all his creatures really screwed me up. Wow. Well, that's a fair play. So what this does is... I kill it for free, essentially, because I don't have to pay mana for the swipe. So basically, the Millhouse Mana Storm, that's about as good as the Millhouse Mana Storm can be, is it's a 2-mana creature that you play, and then your opponent spends a valuable spell killing it. Wow, he has a long death voice act. Yeah, you see, I spent a swipe killing his 2-mana creature, so I'd say that worked out very well for him. Okay, he's going to do that. Grow my Flesh-Eating Ghoul some more. Wrath on this is not the most impressive thing in the world. But, let's see, is it any better if I use the Keeper of the Grove? Not really. I don't want to hit this. It'll just die to hero ability. Fucking mages. Alright, we'll do it. We'll Wrath this thing. And use my hero ability to finish it off. And swing for 5. We'll see how far this Flesh-Eating Ghoul can take me here. It's possible, not likely, but possible that this guy will be able to kill something next turn. Let's say she plays like a Silverhand Knight. I can kill off the Squire, swing for 6. Get her down. Ah, Berserker, interesting. I see. So now the Berserker's set to trade with the Flesh-Eating Ghoul. And I'm sadly a mana short of being able to play this Argent Commander and kill her stuff. That is too bad. Well, I could silence this. Use the Flesh-Eating Ghoul to kill it, but the problem is then the hero ability will just finish it off. It just seems a bit silly to do that. So, This doesn't really help me kill anything either. Yes. I want to play this and Hero Buddy, but that's not enough mana. Damn. Alright, we'll play this. And... swing for 5. It's a bit risky to do that, for sure. But...
the light protects me.
I think that was the best that I could do there. Just try to raise her down and put some pressure on. I mean, I've got like 6 points of burn damage in my hand, so if she's not able to clear my board, which on the board she can't. She'd need like a spell in her hand to be able to clear me out right here. And I might be able to just keep on racing, is the idea. Wow, a Blood Knight would be pretty epic here. Get it, because it's an epic card. Ho-ho! Anyway. Interesting choice. She chose not to kill my Scarlet Crusader. She might pay for that. She might pay for that. Yeah, I think we'll do this. We're gonna drop this guy down and think. So I can swing for 8 damage, take her down to 10 health. Then I'll have 4, 6 points of burn in my hand. I think that's what I need to do. I think I need to race her, actually. That seems like the correct decision here. So I have a Starfire in my deck, which is another 5 points of burn. So yeah, I've got 4, 6, 7 points of burn. It does allow her to kill off the Scarlet Crusader, but I think that represents my best chance of winning against a mage, just to try to burn her out. Okay, so now she's going to kill my Scarlet Crusader, which is a very reasonable decision.
Like my invention.
She should have probably played this before doing those trades, because she might have drawn a card and then found something better to do. Do I go for the just total burnout? I'll swing for 5, 6. She'll be at 4 health. God, I really just think that's my best chance. Let's just go for it here. Balls to the walls, Dickens here. So I've already used Swipe, but if I draw Starfire, then I win. Don't believe I have any more charge creatures. But she has to kill my stuff, all of it. And then I can Hero Ability to ping her down, and then I win in a couple of turns. My life total is high enough that she cannot kill me in a single turn. Just gonna Fireball my creature, because she has to.
Well played.
Does she think well, she actually could kill me next turn. It's possible. Let's think about this very carefully. So she's got 9, 10 damage down to 8. A Pyroblast or a pair of Fireballs would win the game for her. I think we're committed, though. I think this is my best chance of winning. Okay, are you being a douchebag? Shut the hell up. And we'll play a Berserker, because why not? So let's see if she actually has the goods here. That's frustrating. So, because I'm a druid and not an overpowered mage, I actually have to attack through this. I can't hero ability through a taunt. Just gonna fireball my creature. Wow, you know what would be great here? A swipe. Oh, shit. I might actually lose now, so I have one chance to draw a Starfire. I think that's the only thing I have. Okie doke! I was probably going to lose. I mean, I was going to lose that game. She had, I think, lethal 6, 9, 10, 13, 14. So top deck for the victory there. You know what though? I'm not gonna be pissed about that top deck, because in one of my recent arenas, a druid played turn 1 Coin Innervate Showwind Yeti, and I think every time that happens to you, you deserve a top deck. Now, you might notice I'm not pausing here. Normally, I pause after 2 games. Frankly, I think this deck is pretty bad, and I'm not going to go very far. So, given that I lost the first game to a freaking Paladin, and I just barely beat that mage with a top deck, I don't think this deck's going to go very far. It doesn't seem to be as good as I think it is. So I'm just going to keep on playing. This will be an all-in-one video, and we will just do that. Okay, so here we have a faux curve. Faux, F-A-U-X, meaning fake. It looks like 2, 3, 4, but it's not really, because this mana rate slows everything down. But I'm going to keep it. Nevertheless, Ironbark Protector, hey, there you are, you shy tree, you. The question is, do I coin out the Mana Wraith or not? It depends on if he plays a Northstrike Cleric, I suppose. I'm not going to coin it out. This seems dumb. So this allows him to play a 2-drop, but it also will allow me to play my 3 and 4-drop, so it's kind of a trade. So had I played the Mana Wraith, he couldn't do this. But as it is, he does that, and it's not that big of a deal. I can play my Mana Wraith, and it's trading against the Suze, which is fine. If he uses Shadow Word Pain on a Mana Wraith, then he can do that. He can be my guest. That is A-OK by MOA. MOA stands for moi. That's how the French say me. I'm just joking. It's spelled differently. It's spelled M-O-I, not M-O-A. Would that work? A-OK by M-O-I? It doesn't quite rhyme. We're gonna take a bit of a risk. We're gonna do the Chill Yeti. You can say that that's a bit greedy, but I'm going for a value play. I'm trying to get card advantage, and to me that seemed more valuable than holding onto the coin and trying to play a Boulder Fist Ogre on turn 5. We'll see if that plays out for me. Oh, looks like he has something here. Mad Bomber. Okay, well, he wins the Mad Bomber coin flip, I suppose. But this Shogun Yeti was good for 2 creatures. It killed the Ooze, and now it's going to kill the Mad Bombers, so that's fine by me. Let's play Flesh Eating Ghoul. And we're going to grow it up to 4-3, which is kind of the magical place to be against a Priest. Priest, like, can't kill this except for, like, a Wolf Rider or a Holy Fire or something wacky like that, because, it dodges Shadow Words and Holy Smite. Alright, wow, oh my god! My opponent has nothing on this turn. Well, it looks like he's holding on to Mind Controls and Endgame cards. So because of my insolence here, and using the coin earlier, I don't get to play a Boulder Fist Ogre. But I think this is a reasonable alternative. I'm still dodging a Holy Nova. And I've got pretty big stuff coming up, which should be okay against Mind Control, I think. It's going to do the most ineffective Holy Nova of all time. That was very ineffective. We'll play a Boulder Fist Ogre number 1. So he cannot Mind Control just yet. He's got a lot of damage threatening to come his way. This is 11, 14 damage. Pretty sure he has a Mind Control. He had on his 5th turn, he had like 5 cards in his hand and just healed himself. He had nothing else to do. So he's got to have endgame cards and or Mind Controls and whatnot. He's got another Holy Nova. Ah, so he had a poor man's Flame Strike here. Fair enough, fair enough. I think I will play the Ancient of Lore here for 2 cards. Give me some card advantage. Oh, Moonfire! I forgot that I drafted one of these. Okay, so the Starfire wasn't as lucky as I thought. It was still lucky, but I also had a Moonfire as an out against that game in the game against the Mage. That would have been an awesome way to finish off my opponent, I think. So if he Mind Controls 1, we can trade them off. Seems fine. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna get a little bit greedy here. Yeah, I'm gonna get greedy. I'm gonna swing ahead of him actually, and we'll play an Ironbark Protector. Now the reason I say that this is greedy is that if he now has a second Mind Control, he can steal this Ironbark, and then I'm in sort of rough shape. It's a little bit risky, sure. Okay, well, fuck you and a side of ham. Damn, I really should have probably traded while I had the chance. Oh, geez, am I gonna lose this game now? I might. He's at 13 health, which is a lot of health. Shit. God, he had to have another... I guess I did say he had a lot of endgame cards. So maybe I should have really played around that more seriously. Let's kill this thing off. This thing seems kind of pointless to play. We'll do this. This. You know, do I even want to do that necessarily? I might save this as a buff. But buffing this doesn't really make that much of a difference. I can just use this as a buff right now, I suppose. Yeah, let's use this as a buff right now. And just pass the turn. He had 2 Mind Controls. I knew it. I talked about it. I talked about how he probably had a lot of Mind Controls, and then I just didn't play around it. Damn. Well, that was stupid of me. We'll see if we can come back in this game. Nonetheless. Shadow Madness. I don't know what the point of that is. I guess it pops Divine Shield. Oh, I see. He heals up. So he's played like 3 Holy Novas and 2 Mind Controls. And I guess that's going to be enough to win the game. I think it's going to be enough. We'll do this, this, and... I mean, I might... Well, no, there's no point running that in, is there? I might as well just wait. Ugh. So his card advantage against me is pretty insane, and that's considering that I played an Ancient of Lore for 2 cards. Oh, what is this fucking nonsense? So that thing's still at 7 health. Oh my god, he's thinking about Power Word Shields, Holy Novas, and Mind Controls. And he's just gonna ride this Ironbark Protector all the way to victory. Druids, like I said, are not very good at taking this down, and if he keeps healing it, it's just not gonna do me any good. Crap, is he gonna kill this Novice Engineer? He is. Oh my god. This game is so idiotic. I mean, I should have traded the thing when I had the chance, but I still maintain that this game is fucking idiotic. Alright, well, we have this. The Temple Enforcer can kill both of these things. Swing for the wilds. I mean, I might still win. It's possible. It's just not super likely. Because he can hit one, heal this up, then also kill the other. He can also play a taunt. And a Crazed Alchemist. That's very clever. Very clever indeed. It's really unhelpful. But we'll use... No! That was a bug. That was not me making a mistake. That was just the bug. So, yeah, that sucks. Man, that is a really irritating bug. I probably doesn't lose me the game here, because I was probably going to lose the game anyway. It looks like he got hit by the bug as well. Wolf jumping to the outside. He's going to conga line, I guess, but this thing gets enraged, so he probably didn't have to lose both creatures. But will because of the bug, so I guess we both got hit by it. It seems fair enough. With this Moonfire and Hero ability, I can kill that, but I don't think I really want to do that. Sure, we'll use the Claw on the Wolf. Swing for 1. I don't even know. That Moonfire has been unimpressive here. Oh my god, this game's terrible. Yep, I should have played around Mind Control, although given that I had the second Mind Control, I was probably going to lose regardless. So I could have traded the Ancient of Lore for the Boulder Pistoga, but at the end of the day, all that really would have done is just given me an extra Wrath, which wasn't really enough to come back against all these creatures. Swipe is fun, but so is conceding. Damn! I cannot believe how bad this deck has been performing. I really cannot believe it. Are like all the good players playing on Thanksgiving? I guess it makes sense. All the casual players are spending Thanksgiving with their families, you know, hanging out with their loved ones. It's the hardcore gamers who are sitting around at home playing Hearthstone. Wow, I thought this deck was so good, and it actually apparently sucks. That's very sad. So, let's see who our next opponent is. I've never done this badly with Druid before. In fact, I've never had a 1-win arena, I don't think. In 126 or so arenas, I've never done 1 win. I've had 1-0 win, which was on this channel. Posted very bravely by me. I don't think I've ever posted a 1-winner run, though. We'll see if I can escape it. Well, Mage is definitely decreasing my odds. Yggdrasil with 2 L's is humorous. We'll keep the 4-drop, even though it's a bit slow. It is removal of a sort, so I might need that in case my opponent has a really quick start. This is a real curve, and it's actually very good to be the first player here rather than the second. Because I got 2, 3, 4, and it actually does work. Okay, so the Mana Wraith, we'll see if I want to play that or not. What's interesting about it is like I still have a curve even if I use the Mana Wraith. I can play Mana Wraith, Panther, because this is a spell on turn 3, and then the Bear on turn 4. Innervate? Shoot! Can't use Innervate here. Innervating for this is really stupid, and Innervating for this and the Panther is, I think, also very dumb. So I'm just going to play this. And the Innervate could come in handy later on, like for a turn 6 Ironbark or a turn for Boulder Fist Ogre. The important thing when you Innervate is you need to make sure that you Innervate something sturdy. If you just Innervate a bunch of weak stuff, your opponent can deal with it, potentially, without that much effort, and then you just are down a card because you played Innervate for it. You just kind of rushed your stuff out to die faster. So my opponent cannot play 2-drops here unless she uses the coin. Looks like she's going to content herself with spending 2 turns to ping this down. Now I could of course be a douche and play Power of the Wild, but I'm not going to do that. We'll just make the Panther here. And swing. Again, there's no point innervating. This stuff is not really durable enough to make it worthwhile innervating. If I'd had a Chillwind Yeti, I would have totally innervated it, and that would have given me a chance in hell of beating this mage. So yeah, there's 2 games where we got crushed completely, and then 1 game where we won on a top deck. So yeah, this deck has not been good. I really thought it was. I don't know why it's been so bad. Could just be that we're just grossly unlucky in playing against good decks, because everyone's a gamer playing on Thanksgiving. Here's the Arcane Missile. You've got to be fucking kidding me. That is ridiculously improbable. Words can... Well, it was like an 8 in 27 chance that that would actually happen. So, yeah. That blows. And, of course, there's still a coin here. Golem is immune to this thing. I'm going to silence it, though. I don't want to deal with any of that bullshit. I could coin out the Argent... or the Innervate out the Commander, but again, it's not very durable, and the Golem pops back, so that'd be pretty stupid. Jesus Christ. Oh, man. I can't catch a break in this arena. I just cannot catch a break in this arena. That is the lesson of the day. Well, I did. I got that top deck, I suppose. But that Arcane Missile was a devastation. I mean, it was good even if it didn't do that, because she still had 2 mana left over. So as long as it hit my thing once, and then my Mana Wraith once, she could use the hero ability to pick off my Panther. But the fact that the Arcane Missile by itself killed the Panther made it possible for her to actually also play out a Harvest Golem. Damn everything. Okay, we're gonna do... I don't even care anymore. We'll do this. And... We'll make her feel Nature's Wrath. So at this point, I'm grossly behind. My hand's actually kind of terrible. And that's... we're on the way to... I'm behind on cards. Yeah, we're pretty much on the way to a loss here. Full steam ahead. I haven't been able to do any damage. This is just all terrible. Well, we had an inaugural 0-win arena a while back. This is heading for the inaugural 1-win arena. I don't understand why this deck is so bad. If you actually have any insight as to why this deck is terrible, let me know. I don't know what the problem with it is, to be honest. It seems like it is full of good cards. Got a decent amount of removal, quality creatures, and all that good stuff, and it's just been performing horribly. Okay, that's that. She still has 2 mana left over, because why not? Ooze, okay. So the Ooze is actually amazingly good because it allows her to kill off this Argent Commander if I were to run it in. So, what I'll do is this. We'll go to Northrend. We'll do that. We'll do this. Is it even worth it to innervate this guy out to preserve my Argent Commander? Probably not. I'll just pass the turn. So my hope is that whatever she plays here, I can kill with a pure Starfire, get a bit of card advantage, and then these things can trade, and that's fine.
What to do? What to do?
That is also an option. It's pretty much the same thing, though. So she basically just played a creature, a 4/3 charger for 5 mana. She's actually ignoring me, which is an interesting idea. I'm not sure if that's correct or not. We'll Starfire this, see what I get with my card. Shilmanity, hey, you're like 7 turns too late, buddy. And innervating here I think is pretty pointless, but I will play this guy. So if you want to have a race, you're going to have a race. Flame Strike would be good for my opponent, definitely, but I think at this point I just have to start taking risks. There's a chance I can win if I draw an Ironbark Protector and she lacks Polymorph. Fireball doesn't quite bring an Ironbark Protector down. Cone of Cold to freeze my stuff. That also lets her kill my wall. She really wants to hit me in the face. Look how she was pointing at me. She really wants to hit me in the face. Looks like she might have like a Pyroblast in here or something. Otherwise, why would she care so much about dealing every single humanly possible point of damage to me? Well, being a Druid, I'm a bit resistant to burn. I get a life every turn if I use my hero ability. Let's see if I can get an Ironbark Protector here to slow me down. Not getting it, but I think I'm going to use this claw to kill off a Shattersun Cleric. If she's that crazy about killing me, then I might as well, you know, respect her intentions. Play Shield Yeti. So what's interesting now is that she's still a mana shy of killing off the Yeti with a Flame Strike. So I'm safe from that for the time being. She can pick this off, but the key is that I've bought myself some time to draw into my big cards. Still have lots of big cards to draw. I do need to draw them soon. This is all very chumpy, and the innervate's getting worse and worse. Ah, damn. So it looks like she's pointing a fireball at this with a heavy heart. Like she didn't want to do it because she really wanted to use it for burn. Yeah, she might just have a handful of burn here. Well, we'll do this and this. With a Flame Strike, she can kill everything because she can pop this Divine Shield, and then Flame Strike finishes me off. It's not the greatest Flame Strike in the world, but it is card advantage. She'll have then 4 cards to my 3. Probably better at this point for hers just to play creatures down, but being a mage, she might have a handful of spells. If you think about it, at 8 mana, she had nothing better to do than Fireball a Chillwind Yeti.
Pass me that Arclight spanner.
It's a good drop. I'd have to use Hero Ability if I wanted to finish it off. Just going to silence that to take away the Divine Shield. But the nice thing is that Swipe actually allows me to preserve my Ooze, and I think I will avail myself of this fact. Wrath. You know what I'm actually going to do? This might seem crazy, but I'm going to Wrath this Owl. Because I really just need to draw cards. I need to get into my big stuff. There we go. I will, in fact, go ahead and draw some more cards. Moonfire! Okay, we will go ahead and use that in Moonfire. It's a little bit of a 2-for-1 situation, of course, but I think that was worth it. So I've got 4 cards, soon to be 5 against 5. This thing does survive Flame Strike, so does this. I might be able to sneak back into this game if I'm a little bit lucky. If I draw Boulder Ogre, I could actually play it and the Druid with Innervate, which would be nice. She's going to have Faceless Manipulator number 2 for a 5/5. Well, a 5 mana for a 5/5 is not that impressive. So that's what I'm talking about here with the Faceless Manipulator. It's just, you know, not that impressive sometimes. Ah, there's the Ironbark Protector. Well, sadly, I cannot play it and the Druid, but I think it is worth it to play this thing. Innervate would let me play Swipe and kill this off. Is that worth it? I think so. I don't think Innervate's going to get a whole lot better. So yeah, we'll do Innervate. We'll Swipe. And the Sheep's not good for much more than that, because the Sheep is going to die to the Hero Ability anyway. So we got our Ironbark here. 1 Polymorph has already been used against a 5/5. Now she used it on a 5/5 for one of 2 reasons. Either 1, she was desperate, or number 2, she had another Polymorph in her hand. Those are the main reasons why you'd use a Polymorph that loosely. Because, I mean, she had a 5/5 against my 5/5, so, you know, if she it doesn't seem like she would have been desperate. It might have just been like a loose Polymorph. Maybe she felt like she was in the lead, so she should press her advantage. We'll see what she's got here. Blizzard, wow, okay, she's officially desperate. This use of Blizzard to just freeze 1 creature is a desperate use. Now, she could, of course, ping it, you know, and wear it down as a mage does, but it's going to eat at least 2 cards now because it ate a Blizzard and will eat 1 more at least. She's not going to get to ping it 6 times with her Hero Ability. And this means she does not have any Fireballs, because that's what she would have used here, and it means she also does not have any Polymorphs. Okay, we're going to do this as the health, because I think I need that. And we're going to also drop the Defender of Argus. So I'm about as safe against Flame Strike as you can get versus mages. This guy can enrage, but then the Defender of Argus can finish him off if it lives. Looks like she has another Cone of Cold. Oh my god, mages. So obnoxious. So this thing has been frozen twice. I think what Blizzard did when they designed this game is they underestimated how good it is to freeze things. Because freezing is a temporary effect, so you think, oh, well, since it's temporary, let's not make it cost too much mana. But I think Blizzard underestimated how big of a difference 1 turn makes in Hearthstone. Like, having a creature come down a turn earlier or a turn later makes a huge difference. Having a creature attack a turn earlier or not makes a huge difference. So Cone of Cold, the fact that it can freeze 3 creatures and it only costs 3 mana is just, like, I would say insanely overpowered. I think it was kind of suppressed for a while because people didn't realize maybe how good it was. I think in the early stages of the game, people thought, just probably the way the designers of this game thought, like, well, it's a temporary effect, so why should I put it in my deck? But it is ridiculously good. And I think if people keep on playing this game, eventually it will become a known thing that these free spells are incredibly good and Blizzard will nerf them. At least that's my hope. So now this Gurubashi can actually kill my Ironbark Protector. Notice how this Ironbark Protector never even got to attack once because of the freezing
I hope you like my invention.
stuff. Claw. Okay, I'm going to use the Claw to kill off the Gurubashi. This stops the Gurubashi from killing off my Ironbark, which I think is very important. I can't attack to kill off this demon again because unfortunately you can only attack once. My stuff is now unfrozen. Unfortunately, a Flame Strike here would let her kill the Ironbark with the help of hero ability in one of these imps, and it would kill everything else off as well. And then she would be in a position to win the game. This is what I mean. You can never play around mages. All you can ever do is just hope that they don't have it. Whoops! Oh god, my opponent is a new player. Holy crap. God, I guess that's how good mages are. Even someone who doesn't know basic mechanics can just do that well. She silenced my Argus, Defender of Argus, thinking it would take away the buff and the taunt on these, but that is not what you do. The Defender of Argus gives a buff to the creatures next to it, so she needed to silence one of them to take away the taunting or the +1/+1. Wow, that's, well, just goes to show how ridiculously strong mages are. The fact that someone who doesn't know how the game works and seems to be ignorant of the 2 taunters that are here can still put up this much of a fight. God damn it. Fucking mages. Well, we should be able to win this game barring top deck Flame Strike. And again, like, I'm playing as well as I can, and it's still a matter of just hoping she doesn't have the right card. Okay, well, here I think I need to start swinging for damage. We will take the time to kill off this Imp Master to stop the Imp flow. We'll take the time to kill off that Imp as well. Play an Ardent Squire. That was a bit imprecise. I perhaps should have hit the Imp with myself and preserved a hit point on the Novice Engineer. Okay, so she can kill this now with her overpowered hero ability by using the Spellbreaker. And as long as this card is not a Flame Strike or any kind of removal, this guy is still hitting very, very hard for 5, and she's going to go very low on life. I've already used my Swipe and my Starfall in this game, so I won't be able to burn her out. I don't think I have any or burn spells. I passed on a Bite. I think I've used Argent Commander as well, so I should be, I mean, I'm not should be any of the guy. I'm just relying on my opponent not top decking good things in order to win. Okay, well, we are currently threatening lethal. The Assassin can kill off the Druid. The Mana Worm can kill off the Novice Engineer. But this hero ability can't do anything except pop a Divine Shield, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 damage, and we'll be able to get the kill. Fuck, she drew removal. Not like it's that improbable as a mage to draw removal. But this allows the Ravenhold Assassin to kill off my Gurubashi Berserker, and then I only have 2 damage, which might be too slow. Ah, Jesus. Well, we're in a top deck war. I've drawn more cards than she has, but I need to keep on top decking good stuff or else I'm going to be in trouble. I have, I think, like 2 Boulder Fist Ogres in here still. The problem is that they'll trade, one of them will die to the Assassin. So I need to like draw them both in succession in order to have a chance, while she draws inferior cards. Polymorph, okay. Well, the nice thing is that oh, nope, it doesn't actually matter. She can kill one with her hero ability and kill the other with the Mana Worm. So me putting a damage on this earlier instead of killing the Imp with myself actually might cause me to lose the game, which is really one of the most depressing things ever. Okay, I've used Moonfire, Swipe, Claw, Argent Commander. I don't think I have any burn left in this deck. Alright, we'll do Flesh Eating Ghoul. And I'm going to actually kill off this Mana Worm. So I could have got her out at 2 health, but I think it was more valuable to do this so that it would actually kill the Ravenhold Assassin. So we were in a top deck war, but basically I start out with a big life advantage and she starts out with an extra card. is what's happening here.
I forget the...
Alright, that's not the greatest start to the top deck war for her. Now she has to trade the assassin in for the ghoul, and then use the hero ability to kill off my urgent squire. And then she has a 2-5, so I'm answering her 2-5 with my own top deck. I've got 2 ogres in here, so I have a pretty good chance, actually, I would say. It would have been funny if my opponent had attacked me. That would have been very funny indeed. Alas, this person is not quite that new. Alright, here we go. Here's Boulderfist Ogre. We are threatening to kill. She needs disruption, or else she loses.
For the crusade!
Okay, that was way harder than it needed to be against a player who did not know that you cannot silence a defender of Argus. That is quite sad, and I guess just goes to show how bad this deck is. It shows how, I guess, good mages are, but also how bad my deck is. I don't know what the hell happened in this weird draft. But anyway, we get up to 2 wins, so I continue my streak. 127 arenas and counting with no 1-win arenas. I've had a decent number of 2-win arenas. I forget exactly how many. Actually, let me go ahead and look while the scroll bar scrolls. How many 2-win arenas do I have? Let's go ahead and take a look here. Alright, here we go. Stats. 127 arena. This is my 128th. I've had 1 0-win, 3 2-wins, 8 3-wins, and then it kind of climbs up from there. Okay. So yeah, this could be my 4th 2-win arena potentially. If I lose the game against Excessive the Rogue. Okay. Moonfire is definitely a keeper, I think, especially because I'm fucking first, so I'll lose a very important coin flip here. If my opponent gets the old Defias Ringleader shenanigan, I'll be in a bit of trouble. Actually, the Argent Squire makes that a lot more bearable, because I can Hero Ability 1 and then Divine Shield plus Moonfire the other.
Do you need a blessing?
Ooh, no coin play for my opponent. Interesting, very interesting. I'm not going to use up... Well, am I going to use up my Divine Shield and play the Mana Wraith now? That's interesting. I could play the Mana Wraith and Moonfire, or I could go for the card advantage and just whack this thing with my hero ability. Lots of options here. You know what? This is about as good as Moonfire gets. Let's Mana Wraith, slow down her plays, use Moonfire here, and keep the Divine Shield up. If I use the Divine Shield, then on her turn when she's, you know, slowed by this Mana Wraith, she could just make a dagger and kill off my Squire. Let's keep the Squire around. Try to see if I can sneak a point of damage in against a creature and have it, with my hero ability, combo out for greatness. Alright, here comes the coin and... Perdition's Blade. Ah, it's a very good play for my opponent. So thanks to the combo, she can just kill me straight up. Hitting me in the face I don't think is a good move. I'm a bit pressed for plays now. I don't want to play this and just have it die to my the Perdition's Blade. So I guess we'll hero ability up and swing. This is actually really bad. I don't have a play next turn either. But if my opponent like swings at my face again, then I will play the Panther, I suppose. Okay, I guess I'm playing the Panther. I don't think it was a good move doing that. Ah, Mark of Nature. Less impressive here than it has been at other times. I could give this +4 attack and kill that thing, but then she can dagger up and just finish this off. Is that worth it? Or is it better to make to play Panther to buff this, use hero ability and kill it off that way? I think we'll do that. Let's do this for the buff. It's hero ability first, so I take less damage. We'll use Divine Shield to finish it off. And alright. Weird game here, definitely. She's got 5 cards to my 4, soon to be 5. But I've got this coming down. Rogues are not actually the best at killing these. I mean, it's Assassinate or Bust, and that's a lot of mana. So this is pretty decent against rogues. Sap actually is probably the best answer, even better than Assassinate. Okay, so we got that thing. I think what I would actually like to do is... Yeah, we're going to do this to give +4 health and taunt to that thing. We'll pop the Divine Shield, hero ability up, and kill the Scarlet Crusader. So this is immune to backstab because it's damaged. It will die to a combo to eviscerate, but still 5 cards to 4, soon to be 5, so I'm kind of hanging in. This is a 7-mana creature, which is sad because I really want to play it next turn. Oh, okay. Sap is good there. Luckily, she had no follow-up, so my opponent actually goes kind of down a card here because she spent a card to put this in my hand, and it only comes back for 1 mana, so it's really not the most impressive sap ever. And even though I lost the buff, I get to regrow my Divine Shield and play this. So a Stampeding Coda would be amazing for my opponent here. That is a rare, so she might not have it. If she plays like a generic 5 toughness creature, like say like Lord of the Arena, or even a Sunwalker, either one of those, I can swing in. If it's a Sunwalker, I can swing in, pop Divine Shield, use Starfire, kill it, draw a card. That would be awesome. That is also fine. I don't really want to run into that. Yeah, we'll just use Starfire and spend my turn collecting some card advantage. Oh god, what? I almost clicked on my own creature there. For some reason with Starfire, I thought I had to make a choice. I did not have to make a choice. Okay. Well, we're up to Ironbark, and she actually used a sap earlier, so that's 1 less sap for her to have here. That's pretty nice. I might be able to win this game and sneak up to 3 wins, which is great. And this will be a good play later to replenish my hand a bit. Don't really need the life at the moment. I think I'm fine on life. So yeah, we're doing good. We're ahead on the board, ahead on cards, equal on life against a rogue. It seems great.
Enter the shadows.
She played that without a target. Well, I could play these 2. And then this will deal 2 damage, and I can finish off with my Gurubashi. Yeah, it seems pretty good. I think it's better than the Ironbark, just to put more stuff onto the board, you know? In case she does have the Assassinate, it robs me less of my turn. And 3 damage for a rogue, either Deadly Poison, which involves taking a lot of damage, or like a Deadly Poison Blade Flurry, or a combo Eviscerate. Fan of Knives, also very solid there. Another Fan of Knives, okay. Very fair. Does she have like a Betrayal now? Hanging out in main menu. Oh, that was a cute move. I think that deserves a well played. If there's one problem with that move, it's the fact that this guy still gets to enrage, you know. And in fact, I will avail myself of this fact. We'll do this. We'll kill that and turn him into a 5/10, which is actually pretty good. My friend does not know where I live. That's funny. Okay, well this is a pretty scary board for rogues to deal with. Even Deadly Weapon plus Deadly Poison plus Blade Flare doesn't really cut it, unfortunately, for my opponent. And I've got 2 giant creatures behind it. I think I pretty much won this game. I'm very sorry to hear that my friend in Cleveland... Being in Cleveland is a punishment I would not wish on my worst enemy. Okay, we got 5, 8, 11, 14, 15 damage.
Enter the shadows.
Another Master of Disguise to do nothing. What the? Okay, she's gonna give it Taunt. I think that still isn't enough to save her. 5, 8, 11. Yeah, this is fine. This. Always look for the win, kids. Always look for the win. Wow, we got up to 3 wins. That was like the first good game, though, that I've had. There was 1 game against a mage where I won on a top deck. There was 1 game against a mage where I won, but probably because the mage didn't know what she was doing. I mean, she was a new player. She put up a really, really good fight. She showed that she was a new player by silencing a defender of Argus. Now, it's possible if she had more experience, she could have drafted a little bit better. I mean, I don't know what she could have done in her draft exactly. It seems like she had pretty decent cards, but, you know, it's just possible that with some more experience, perhaps slightly better decisions, slightly better cards, she would have beaten me, just given the fact that it went into an all-out top deck war. Ehai the Paladin. Well, our first loss in this arena was against a Paladin, I think. Oh, man, Innervate would be really good. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to mulligan my early plays just to fish for an Innervate, but it would be nice. So, we have a curve. It means the coin's not going to be helpful unless something wacky comes up. I might actually coin out the Berserker here, depending on what he does. Let's see. I am going to do it. So if you're wondering why I'm doing this, It's to essentially prevent him from making a recruit on turn 2. So if he doesn't have like a quote-unquote real creature here to play, he can't make a recruit because then I will kill it and make my guy into a 5/2. Now the Knife Juggler here is not a card that I particularly mind seeing either, because here I'm quite happy to trade my guy for like one of the best creatures in his deck. So spending a coin to make sure the Knife Juggler dies is fine. It does mean that my turn 2 is pretty, but still got a curve here, 3, 4, 5, and 6. It's pretty good. Now you can make a recruit, which is a bit sad. I actually hope he plays a real card. Damn. I was hoping he'd play a real card because the recruit gives him a very easy way to pop the Divine Shield. And actually, in light of that, I will play the bear that I just drew instead, because this is just holds up better against the Silverhand recruit. Essentially, when you have a Divine Shield creature, what you can do is when something hits you, however much damage the Divine Shield absorbs, you can say that you can like imagine that the creature had that much extra health. So basically, when you play a Scarlet Crusader and a 1/1 pops the Divine Shield, what that really means is that this is a 3/2. So do I want to play a 3/2 for 3 mana? Not really. That's why I was like that unexcited about playing the Scarlet Crusader in front of this recruit. Okay, Molten Giant's obviously not so good here. The Keeper of the Grove would deal 2 damage to this, and then the Grizzly could kill it, but I'd much rather do this and play my own Yeti. So what I'm planning to do now is, if he does use the Yeti to kill this, and assuming of course he doesn't buff the Yeti further and it stays at 2 health, like there's no Blessing of Kings or a Divine Shield incoming, then I could play the Keeper of the Grove, finish it off, and actually maintain my card advantage. So we'll see if my opponent lets me do that or not. This is a very important turn. This is, I'd say, one of the most pivotal turns in the game. Okay, he's going to do Truce of a Champion, and use the Truce of a Champion to kill my creature off. Fair enough. And does he have like something good? As a secret. Oh, gee. I wonder what it is. The problem is, even if I know that that's Noble Sacrifice, I still can't do anything about it. I don't have enough mana. Oh, I really need to have 6 mana or I can just kill this. If I run the Chillwind Yeti in, it's no good. It's no good running it in. I'm going to have to use my hero ability. And if this is not True Sliver, if this is not Noble Sacrifice, then I'll just be very sad. Do I hit the Yeti or do I hit him? Let's hit him. Okay, it's Noble Sacrifice, so it didn't make a difference. So now that he doesn't have a 1/1 in play, now we'll play the Scarlet Crusader. So now, assuming the Divine Shield is going to pop against the Yeti or against the True Silver Champion, this is essentially like I played a 3/5 for 3 mana, which as you can see is substantially better. Do I whack here? I don't think so. I think I'll deal the extra damage. So I'm in decent shape. He's got 6 cards, 7 cards on the screen to my 7 as well. We'll see what he can do. I don't particularly want to hit this with my creatures. I want to use Starfire on it and get card advantage. Even if it means taking up my whole turn, I think that's still worth it. Shit. Alright, there's the silence, getting rid of the Divine Shield. And he still gets to make a recruit. Oh my god, he put so much stuff on the board that turn. That's extremely irritating. I really wish he hadn't silenced this. I know I said a silence was overrated, but I still think it is. I still think it is. Okay, there's the Argent Squire. Do I spend my whole turn doing this? It is my entire turn. Otherwise, this Yeti is just going to be a menace. So I think it's more than just I draw a card. I think I also preserve my other stuff. Okay. We'll kill off the biggest creature that he has. Okay, so here's the situation. He's got board advantage, and he's got the play, so we can put even more stuff on the board. But I have a bit of card advantage against him. He's got 6 cards, one of which is a dinky recruit to my soon-to-be 7. Okay, that's a pretty good one. Oh, damn it. This Molten Giant's going to be playable soon. Moonfire. I actually am going to use that this turn. Okay, this is a bit overkill against the Owl. Maybe I'm not going to use it. Let's see, let's play this thing. Deal 2 damage to that. Let's play Wrath. Just want to get a card. Should have probably done that first. Mana Wraith is kind of pointless. We'll play the Argent Squire. Okay, I'm not going to use Moonfire here, but I might use Moonfire later. We'll see. So, if he uses this to kill my Keeper, then next turn is the perfect time for the Argent Commander to run in and deal 4 damage. If he puts a Divine Shield on this, I can pop Divine Shield with my own Divine Shield, still get this in for 4 damage. See what he's got. Raging Worgen? That's a bit scary. And, damn. This guy's gonna get to live. Shit. This is actually really unfortunate. I can pop Divine Shield, use the Argent Commander to kill it, but then I cannot kill this Worgen. Balls, balls, balls. I still think that's the best move. What will I do with 2 mana after that? Probably Novice Engineer, so I might as well do that first. Always draw cards first. Mark of Nature, that's interesting. I could actually use it to just kill off the Senjin. And then with 3 mana, I really can't do anything impressive. So yeah, we'll just do the Argent Commander here.
Fight.
So this sucks, because the Raging Worgen can actually kill my Novice Engineer, and then with Wind Fury, kill off my Argent Commander. But I can't use Moonfire, unfortunately, here, so I'll just have to settle for that and hope for the best. I can make this guy into a 2/10 with Taunt and stuff. That's a bit scary. It's actually really scary. Oh my god, this is retardation.
Reporting for duty.
Why are paladins so good against me? I don't understand. I just don't understand why they're so good. Moonfire, hero ability, take 8 damage to the face to kill that? Sure.
For the wilds.
For the wilds, motherfucker. For the wilds. Okay, I can actually play the Molten Giant now, which is funny. Or I could play this, but then I cannot play this as well. That's a bit sad. Yeah, we'll play the thing that has Taunt naturally. We'll also play this, just in case it matters. So I'm doing okay card-wise. 5/5, soon to be 6. Life is actually alright, and the board is actually alright. It's just, does he keep having good cards, or does he finally run out of steam? We'll see. Oh, yes, there's a pretty good card. So he's going to get card advantage off of that. And that was a good time to play her, because I'm not putting any pressure on him, and it's going to take me forever to kill this thing. Okay, I think we don't have a choice. I have to do this. And this. And we'll swing. I could have given it +4 attack and tried to kill Ysera sooner, but I can kill Ysera anyway with Swipe, so I'm not going to get greedy. He's going to get 1 dream card, and then hopefully I'll be able to kill this thing. Oh, he got a 7/6. Isn't that lovely? You've got to be fucking kidding me! God damn it. Shit. So we got the best possible card, and of course you got a Humility in time for Molten Giant. That is pretty much gonna do it for me, I think. I don't know how to come back from this. So we'll kill this off. And sure, we'll kill that off. God damn it. This arena was retarded.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
I got 2 of these? What a motherfucking load of shit. Alright, well that's the game, folks. I'm done with this. Concede already, please. Thank you, game.
I concede.
I think that Ysera, I don't know if the Ysera won it for him. It was more so just the good cards that he had all game. Okay, a 3-win Druid run is a bit depressing, especially because I haven't had extra success in a long time. Just kind of skirting 6 wins every time. And that was hugely depressing, so thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and or subscribe, and let's see what our consolation prize is for sucking. It is actually a lot. 35 gold for 3 wins is pretty good. It's more than I usually get for 4 wins, it feels like. Our pack is a normal pack. I don't think there's anything new there. Nope. And we go even further into broke. So because of the kind of refund policy where if you spent money before the wipe, they refunded you gold equal to your money spent, I actually, you know, if I were like a real player, I would have 900 less than this, which means I should be down to 630. That is actually below the point. Like, I think you get like essentially 850 gold for starting achievements plus your first free run being in the arena. So I've actually, if I were like for real, I've actually at this point, because I was on such a horrid streak, I've actually lost all the money that you start the game with. So I am rapidly plummeting. We're gonna do Warlock, Paladin, or Priest. I guess I'll do Warlock next time just to see how it goes, and we'll see you then.